Hello guys, I'm Jake and welcome in this video where I will show you how I created this thing, how I engineered this thing that helped me and my friends connect the Frostland with the desert. This is the world where I play with my friends. We started around here and then I've tried to find a place close to the Frostland, but also not so far away from our previous bases, and especially not so far away from the desert. And here we are. Then I tried to create, I experimented trying to create a road. Initially I wanted to use wheels, but at the end I noticed that this thing works pretty well, and it just has a single problem. The problem is that if you place the rockets on a direction, when you will arrive, you will have to destroy the rockets, right? And build the rockets in the other direction to go back, right? And there is the solution. The solution is that you can essentially push this thing. And so now I will show you how to do this. So it takes around 1 minute, maybe something more, to go from this point all the way to here. And normally this will probably take 5 minutes, if not more, maybe even 10 minutes to do all this. Probably it takes just a minute to go from here to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it takes 6-7 minutes. Essentially, you need to create this road. Now I will show you a little better how to create that. And then this is the trick to make the thing turn. You just need to push it toward a block and just press forward and then right or left to make this thing turn, and that's it essentially. Keep pushing the thing toward a block in the middle, and then when it's ready, try to push the thing inside the road essentially. There may be ways that you could make this a little easier. You could, for example, you could try to create a way to make the thing rotate automatically, right? But in that case, you need to be careful because all of these can very easily get destroyed. So try to be careful. I'll show you again when we go back, and later, after we complete this journey, the travel, I show you how to create this road. But okay, automatically this thing turns off. This is important because, for example, if I fall, I can very easily catch that thing. I pressed the wrong button. You can catch the thing if for some reason you fall. That taps you. Very important is to create either some pillars or some stairs like I did. I think stairs are much better. The reason is that, for example, if I destroy one of these rods here, one of these points, the rod won't fall because it's sustained on multiple parts. For example, if I destroy this here, looks scary, but it's not. As you can see, this folded, but the entire rod is not folding because it is connected here and it's connected here. And not only that, as you can see, I also created some more parts here that connects those borders. And again, I will soon show you how to create that more precisely. So in case something goes wrong, it should be easy to repair this highway, and you won't have any issues. As long as you place some sustains along the way, everything should be fine. If it happens that a part of the highway or the road gets destroyed, you just recreate just a part of that. But for example, if you get a bull thing that goes from there all the way to the desert and you don't have a single sustain if something goes wrong, you risk to lose everything. Very important, now I was distracted, to try to turn this thing off before you arrive, otherwise this is what will happen. Or maybe you could try to create a wall to be a little more sure that everything goes well, you don't lose anything. I think there is an enemy down here that it's attacking the thing. I'll show it to you once again how to... Oh my god, this thing is dangerous. But yes, even if it destroys a part of this, you will never be able to destroy everything, so we are fine, obviously. NPCs sometimes are annoying. For example, in this case, I don't know, maybe she's making it a little tougher for me to properly turn this thing. Unfortunately, they spawn. These are NPCs of my friends, and since they are not in the world, sometimes they spawn close to you when you enter. As you can see, again, we are here, I turned the thing, and again, whenever I want, I can very easily travel back to the desert. So this is not just the best way to travel, it's also the cheapest way. Maybe it is also the fastest way, to be fair, because by doing my experiments, what I noticed is that there is a limit to the speed you can get. For that reason, in my opinion, putting on more than 2 rockets, it's worthless in this kind of road. You just need the strength to be able to push an item, and then that item will eventually reach the max speed. So with 2 rockets you can already reach the max speed in a few seconds. So putting a 3rd rocket won't change anything essentially. Now I show you how to create this. This is just a save file I did very fast this morning. I just collected a few resources. I used a few bombs to grab the flex food that we need. And look, I can't even create a bed. I didn't even create my first simple shack. I didn't unlock the village, but I already have all the resources that I need to create this thing. This is to show you that since the start of the game, you can very easily get all the materials. You can start building those kind of roads if you need them. But in my opinion, you should take some things in mind. For first, the idea for your first road is to connect, again, mountains and desert, frostlands and dry valley. So, for example, here we are close to the dry valley, right? There are mountains there. There is the frostland in there. So we check the map. It's north, and obviously we can only create those things. Oh, right, wait, I don't have the platforms. Okay, now that we created the simple shack, we have the platforms. Okay, I pressed down the village. This unlocked the stairs that are fairly important to do all of this. And I don't know why, by mistake, I dropped all of my torches. So it's important to start creating from a very high place. This is because you don't want by mistake to go on to touch something during the way. So it's better to create the road as high as possible. So the first thing we do is to check one of the highest hills we have around. So we want to go north, right? And we have a hill here that looks pretty high. So let's go on top of the hill and take a look if theoretically by creating the road from up here, you could be able to reach the mountains without, for example, by mistake touching other structures or other hills. From here we have a pretty good view, and we can see that if we start here, we are already as high as possible. Maybe that mountain is higher than this one, but if you go straight north, we won't touch that mountain, so it doesn't matter. Probably it's better to create a bunch of sustains like this for first, and the platforms. For first, we saw that on the ground there were some enemies. So if we want to prevent those enemies from destroying everything, let's start as soon as possible by placing down the sustains, like this, for example. If an enemy destroys some of the stairs, there are the others that are still keeping everything working. Let's create the starting part that we will use and decide where you want to place the rod. Obviously, we need to place borders. I won't place all of them because this is not I don't have a lot of wood. This is a new world. I just want to show you how to create the thing, so we'll focus on the basics. Some of the most important thing, I'll show you this instantly. This is how big this thing is, right? This means that if we put the borders too close to this, the platform will have issues being able to move. So to prevent this issue, what we need to do is to place two of this kind here. Let's always use the snap mod. Now, again, starting from here, we move 1 point to the left, and in the other side 1 point to the right. But to be fair, if you want, you could just do this on one side. For example, you could move this to the left and just place this normally, but I think that it's a little better like this because it's also easier for the platform to enter after you rotate it. So now it's pretty simple. After you did this, you just need to continue like this. Probably it's better that you create the rod for first, and then you create the stairs to use as a sustain. I'm about to die. That won't be good. After some meters that you do like this, repeat the process that we did at the start. 1, 2. This way, those things are connected to multiple parts, and again, if I destroy this, the other places will stay. Always use snap mode. And just keep placing the stairs until you touch the ground. This way you have a way to come back up here very easily, in case while you're building you fall by mistake. And also the entire thing as is sustained. To rotate, you need to place one of these things. It doesn't matter where you place this. You can place this on the middle, on the left, on the right. It doesn't matter. You just need a single center that will help you do everything essentially, and you're fine. So let's try to be very, very careful when you place those things. They need to be at the same distance from the outside. This kind of thing has different color. For example, as we can see here, there is this little blue point, and then there is the thing. So we need to do the same here. Again, you reach the maximum speed even with 2 rockets. So places 3 rockets, it's useless. You'll just reach the maximum speed a little faster, but that's it. So for example, in my case, in my highway, by placing a tiered rocket instead of just 2, after more than a kilometer I will just get around 5 extra seconds. Over more than a minute, just 5 seconds are not so important. And if you have a tiered rocket here, it's a little tougher to push this thing. So in my opinion, it's much better to just have 2 rockets, even if maybe you waste a few seconds more. Okay, in this case I made a mistake. Here we need more room. So probably you want to create this entire thing a little bigger. So for example, two of those big blocks to the left, and 2 of the big blocks to the right too. As you can see, you can place a block wherever you want. Doesn't matter. You just need some help to to be able to rotate this thing. So I'm pushing forward and then right, forward and right. Now let's push the thing once again there, and again, forward and right. Okay, now it's turning. And now it's ready. As soon as it's good to enter there, you can just push it, and as you can see, we did this. Now obviously there is not a border there, so if I press this, it could fall. But as you can see, it works. When the highway will be completed, we'll be able to reach, like in my previous world, wherever you want and just turn. These roads connects the world and makes the world looks more connected. It's amazing in my opinion and works very, very well. This could change with some patches obviously, but right now, in my opinion, this is 100% the cheapest, fastest and most efficient way to do this. I used the road a crazy amount of time and it never broke, so it works very, very well with this system. So have fun in LEGO Fortnite, and again, thank you for taking a look at this video, and you can find me live on Twitch, or you can chat with me in the comments if you like, and leave also me a like, follow, subscribe, and all of those kind of things. These are Nami and Rufi. I'm not Jake. Have a nice day, be cool, and see you on my next content. Bye bye!